A man attired in a suit walks into the headquarters of a protein bar company called Brainco for an interview in marketing. A charming yet somewhat authoritative young man pulls up a chair and gestures the man to have a seat. So, you are Alexander Chong, a graduate of Harvard.
That is correct.
Welcome to our Brainco facility.
Thank you. It's my honor and privilege.
Well, let's begin. According to your resume, you have a rather impressive amount of experience in marketing and have received only positive reviews for the companies you've worked for. Is that right?
Yes, that is one of my main traits that would make me valuable asset to this corporation.
Well, we're jumping questions, aren't we?
My sincerely apologies, but I'm just a little bit nervous.
Don't be. All I need you to do is sign this contract and you've got the job.
I will. Is that all I need to do, sir?
Yes, it is. You'll start tomorrow, won't you?
I will.
Inside a strangely unlocked facility, Alexander discovered that there was a cup of a peculiar-looking solution nonchalantly placed on a table.
What on earth is this?
The latest solution, designed to increase tyrosine and serotonin levels while decreasing cortisol ones in the brain. This little number has improved efficiency in influencing the high customer's experience when biting into a delicious Brainco bar.
Then why are you telling me all of this?
Because your frankly dismal penmanship says that you can't say a word about it. Go ahead and check your phone. Alexander tremulously unlocks his smartphone and launches his Bank of America app only to find that his bank account already had the payment for his first week of work.
But what you're doing to these people are atrocious and immoral. I mean, what does the FDA have to say about this?
I wouldn't worry about them. To put it briefly, a little bribery never hurt anyone.
But you're hurting the consumers.
No, not necessarily. Take a look at the organic ingredients used to make the bars. I mean, they're not getting addicted to like Twinkies. Our products are really healthy. Thusly, they benefit the consumers. As the CEO walks out of the building, Alexander begins to conduct a mental skirmish with himself.
Here's a good point. I mean, the customers are getting benefit of a healthy snack, but is it really worth the tampering with their minds? I mean, the people are not getting addicted to the Twinkies or the like, but these people's minds are the dictatorship of something that came out of a liquid. But if I say anything though, the company will gonna fire me, and it will tarnish my clean, squeaky reputation.
Oddly enough, only the CEO and the company's lawyer were present for Alexander's first official meeting.
Where's everybody else?
Oh, you mean the whistleblowers? They got laid off. I saw them with liabilities to the company. You're my only employee in marketing now.
So?
Yes, that means you receive more pay. If you want to know just how much, here's how much you make per year.
Dude, to my eyes they see me. But why me?
Because you're loyal and ambitious. And by a faint but radiant twinkle in your eyes, I can see that I've awakened the persistent capitalist from within you.
I'm sorry, sir, but I cannot accept this.
You already have. Check your phone again. Alexander once again checks his Bank of America app and discovers that $1 million was just added to his account. Meanwhile, the lawyer fills out her paperwork with faint aggression as if she secretly had something against the CEO. According to the news, a large group of people brawled each other at a local grocery store due to a shortage of Brainco bars. The fight was so severe that everyone involved needed to be hospitalized immediately and underwent massive operations. Based on that serious look on your face, I assume you've read about the little incident that transpired last night?
It wasn't just a little incident. It was an unmitigated catastrophe.
The real issue here is our loss of dough because we ran short on dates. That's why we've invented a new solution in the lab that perfectly substitutes the rich flavor of dates and ceases this most irritable halt of revenue.
Two people involved in the fight just passed away from brute force trauma.
Every successful business has some collateral damage. Well, do you have something to say?
Well, what happened to those people was actually quite tragic.
Excuse me? But nobody requested that you voice your meaningless opinions about the event. I expect that you treat me with due respect from this moment on. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well then. I ask that you both carry on tending to your duties and don't voice any of your useless opinions unless, of course, they make me more money.
Are you afraid of him?
Yes.
Wait a minute. You know your way around the law, don't you? Then, do you willing to help me to bypass the contract?
Well, seeing that I am as opposed to the boss as you are, I suppose I'll help you.
Cool. So, let's meet your place after work tomorrow and I bring the copy of the contract.
Sounds good.
Alexander is welcomed into the lawyer's home. The two seat themselves on a sofa and begin to discuss how they can bypass the contract.
I'm totally going to get fired for this.
I know, but this is just way too important for you to call it out now.
I know. Let's just get back to work. Now, you see you're in a bit of a bind because you must comply with the rules of the contract. However, this contract can be rendered unconstitutional because it restricts your right of free speech.
Okay, and what can we do about this?
I can run it by the judge of the Supreme Court to see if it can be nullified.
I mean, there's no way that he can even look at the contract. He has far more important matters to tend to.
I know a guy who can make sure this gets to the judge.
Who?
I am not of liberty to disclose this kind of information, but I can tell you that when he takes on a job, he makes sure he finishes it.
You know what? I don't even know that I want to do this to my reputation.
Listen, do you want to expose this guy or not?
Well, of course I do.
Then calm down and stop talking about your dumb reputation. It's a terrific bore, really.
Well, if he's talking, I'm gonna get fired.
This fight is pointless. If we just work together for a second, we can achieve the goal that brought us here together in the first place.
You're right. I'm sorry. So let's just get this done.
Okay. I've highlighted all the unconstitutional portions of the contract.
Wow, that was fast.
Where did all this hostility come from? And what on earth are these papers for?
Oh, these little things, they just invalidate the contract you have signed. You and your company are going down.
This simply cannot be. Where's my attorney?
Oh, she should not be working with you since she's the one who got the contract invalidated.
You must be bluffing. This can't be an official nullification.
You know, I'm Supreme Court official to be exact.
It was too late for the CEO. Alexander already exited the building and immediately posted the company's manipulation of their customers on Facebook.